themselves that helping the weak is a dangerous, counterproductive attitude, that they end up becoming micro-fascists and failing to do anything that can even support their own positive attitude because they are the fascists in their own truth. And the next argument is a framework argument. They say that the role of the ballot is that you should vote for whichever team best forgets or vote for the team that best affirms the self. Well, first of all, our affirmative fits within their framework better, as I mentioned in Cross-X, because the only way that we can affirm ourselves is by stopping drone use in the status quo. That's what's causing our own reputation and our own ability to make decisions around the world even worse. Anti-Americanism is in the process of becoming concentrated as an ideology, and our will to power cannot succeed in a world where that is true. Instead of voting for the team that you think best solves self-affirmation, you should vote for the team that does the best debating in this round. Your ballot says vote for the team that does the better debating, and there is no way that we should create frameworks about debate that require us to constantly talk about, Nietzsche in every single debate. That's anti-educational, and that's a bad framework that you should have. Next. Single-issue politics, or the politics of fighting symptoms, is a form of self-defeatism. We have been taught to get lost in the particular and pragmatic. We have been taught that fundamental social change is unimaginable. This is Bryansborough, 2003. We do not live in an era where we can afford the luxury of fighting the symptoms. Analysis is the most important tool in the social change toolbox. It is the process of analysis, the work to find the points of intervention and leverage in the system we are working to transform that suggests why, where, and how to use the other tools. Many of us are impatient in our desire for change, and particularly those of us from privileged backgrounds are often, at times, unschooled in the realities of long-term struggle. I often recall the Buddha saying, the task before us is very urgent, so we must slow down. To do so, let's begin by asking why we aren't more global north movements coming forward with systematic critiques. Why, despite the increasingly obvious nature of the crisis, is there more visible resistance to the corporate takeover of the global political system, economy, and culture? And the answer to this question lies in our exploration of how pathological values have shaped not only the global system, but also our ability to imagine true change. The system we are fighting is not merely structural, it's also inside us. Through the internalization of oppressive culture into norms which define our worldview, our minds have been colonized to normalize deeply pathological assumptions. Thus, oftentimes, our own sense of self-defeatism becomes complicit with an anesthetic qualities of a cynical mass media